Hey everyone, welcome back to another Kotlin tutorial. So today we are talking about how to convert between data types in Kotlin. So Kotlin is a strongly typed language, which means you can't just assign a value of one type to another without explicitly converting it. But don't worry, Kotlin provides easy functions to handle this. So let's see some of the basic functions that we can use to convert. So let me create a function here. Okay, and I'm going to create a variable which will hold a string type value, and if I want this string type value to convert into integer type, how can I do it? So let's see this. I'm going to create another variable that will hold the value that we are going to convert from these variables. So I'm going to convert this to integer type. So let's print this. Okay, if I run this program, so as you can see, it has printed this value. So in this example, we use toInt function to convert a string 123 into an integer. So if the string does not represent a valid number, it will throw a number format exception. Let's see this. I'm going to write ABC, and if I try to convert this into integer, it will give me an exception. So as you can see, it is giving me a number format exception here. Okay, so let's move on. And now I'm going to convert an integer value to a string. So for that, I'm going to change the name of the variables, and I'm going to assign an integer type value to this variable. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to convert this integer type value to a string type value here. So how can I do it? So for that, I'm going to use a toString method. So what this will do, this will convert this integer type value into a string value. So let's print this. I'm going to run this program. Okay, as you can see, it has converted this into a string value. So let's see a real life example. Imagine you are building a shopping cart app where user enters the quantity of items through a text field which they want to buy. So but this input comes in as a string from the text field. So but we have to use this as an integer in the application for further functionality. So we have to convert this into an integer. So let's see how can we do this. Let's see if a user add a quantity through a text field. Let's see, it adds a 3 value. Now I want to use this for some calculations. So for that, we first have to convert this into an integer. So I will change the name of this variable to quantity int, and I'm going to change this to a integer by this. Okay, so if I print this, okay, so it has converted this into an integer value. So this allows us to work with numerical data after converting from the string value. So let's see some other common conversions that we use in Kotlin. So let's see how can we convert a double value into an integer. So for that, I'm going to create a variable which holds a double type value. Okay, so if I have to round this price into an integer value, how can I do this? So I'm going to use this same function, and if I print this, so you will see so it converts double to integer by truncating these decimal values. Okay, so let's see how can we convert a string into a double. So let's assume we have this string value and I want to convert this to a double. So for that I have to use this function that will convert this string value into a double value. So let's run this. Okay, as you can see, it has converted this into a double value. So Kotlin ensures that type conversions are explicit, which prevents accidental errors in your code. So when do you use type conversions? So type conversions come into play when you receive data in one type, like from user input or from an API response, and you need to work with it in another data type. So for example, converting a string input to a number to perform calculations, or formatting a number as a string to display it in a UI. Okay, so why is type conversion important? So basically it helps you make sure your app is handling data in the correct format for the task that you want to perform on that data. So Kotlin's conversion methods are easy to use, making this process straightforward. So that's it for today. Now you know how to convert between data types in Kotlin. Thanks for watching and see you next time.